Okay, we are on Daf Chaf Bet, page 22, Amud Aleph, side 1. So Gemara says, "Hameshameshet v'arata dam nida ina sricha tevila." It seems that we can infer that Rabbi Yehuda holds only somebody that was, she had relations, a woman had relations with her husband. Then right after she saw nida, blood, she does not need to go to mikveh, because Rabbi Yehuda would say that there's no point. She's going to have to go in the 7 days anyways for her nida. So there's no point of going to the mikveh twice. Aval bal keri greda mechayev. We see that Rabbi Yehuda, it seems, would hold that, not like we were saying previously, that even Rabbi Yehuda holds that in order to be able to learn Torah, a standard Baal Keri that had an emission, nocturnal emission, would have to go to the mikveh. So Gemara says, Lo teima, don't say according to Rabbi Yehuda's opinion, Baal Keri mevarech, that Rabbi Yehuda would actually hold that we had to verbalize and pronounce the bracha. Ela meharher belibo. Meharher, he would only contemplate in his heart, because at this point the Gemara came to the conclusion that even Rabbi Yehuda holds of the takana of Ezra. But the Gemara says, Umi etle le Rabbi Yehuda hirhur, but does Rabbi Yehuda hold of hirhur, of contemplating? Ba'atanya bal kerishen lo maim litpol korek kriyat shema ve'enu mevarech lo lefanea ve'lo le'acharea. A bal keri that does not have maim to go, does not have a mikveh available, he could say shema without saying the blessings before and after. Ve'ochel pito mevarech le'acharea ve'enu mevarech lefanea. He does not obviously say birkat hamotzi, but he does have to say, like we said in the previous stuff, everything that's the oraita, like Birkat HaMazon and Shema, the Baal Keri would still have to do. Aval meharheru belabo ve'enu mitzot divrei Rabbi Meir. This is the opinion of Rabbi Meir that holds of hirhur, that you only contemplate it in your heart and mind, and don't verbalize it. But we see here Rabbi Yehuda Omer ben kach uben kach motzi b'tzvatav. Again, a contradiction to our previous held belief that Rabbi Yehuda does hold of Takanat Ezra. No, Rabbi Yehuda is saying a Baal Keri could pray all the prayers. So the Gemara now goes to another conclusion. Amar Rav Nachman bar Yitzchak Asan Rabbi Yehuda Keilchat Derech Eretz. So here the Gemara gets to kind of a compromise. Rabbi Yehuda really does hold that a Baal Keri can't learn Torah, but he believes certain parts of the Torah he can learn, like the laws of Derech Eretz, Pirkei Avot. If you look at Rashi, and the blessings that we say on Shema have the same status as Pirkei Avot, because it's not in-depth study of difficult Talmudic laws, like this stuff is. So the Gemara goes right ahead. Detanya v'hodatem livnei v'anecha v'levnecha uktiv b'atrei yom asher hamata lifnei Hashem b'chorev. It says you should let the Torah be taught to your children, and remember the day you stood at Har Sinai. Just like we were terrified and mystified about that awesome scene at the mountain of Sinai. We experienced God, we heard God, we saw the lightning and thunder, and we were sweating and terrified. So whenever you learn Torah, you have to learn it in a serious form. מכאן אמרו הזבים והמצורים ובעין על הנדות מותרים לקרות בתורה ונביאים כתובים ולשנות בין לשנה וברכות אגדות. So all other types of tum'ah which comes naturally, like somebody that's a zav or a mitzora, or somebody that chas v'shalom slept with a nida, they are allowed to learn Torah, Nevi'im, Ketuvim, and Mishnah and Gemara and the stories of Gemara and Halacha. But Baalei Kerim Asurim, they cannot learn Torah because they were doing hanky-panky, they were being lighthearted, the Mefarshim explain, and that's why they became Baal Keri. So Gemara goes right ahead. Rabbi Yossi Omer Shonehu Beregilut. Rabbi Yossi says you could learn whatever you know by heart, that you're accustomed to, any part of the Torah learning. But for sure, Rabbi Yossi holds you shouldn't go into the depths of the Mishnah, of the explanation of the Mishnah. Rabbi Yochanan ben Yosef Omer matziu et Mishnah ve'enu matzi et Gemara. He's allowed to elaborate and explain the Mishnah, but not the Gemara. Rabbi Natan Avashal Omer af matzi et Gemara. Rabbi Nassan says even the Gemara you could go into big depth. But if the Gemara quotes the name of God from a pasuk, you can't say that. Rabbi Yochanan Rabbi Akiva Omer, Rabbi Yochanan, the name of Rabbi Akiva, his Rebbe says, Lo yikanes midrash kol ikar. He should not learn midrash at all, which means he needs to be passive. He can go in the bet midrash. He should not teach Torah. He should rather learn Torah. That he himself shouldn't research into the depths of the Talmud. Some say no, even more strict. A Baal Keri, until he goes to the mikveh, shouldn't even enter the bet midrash, the Torah study hall. Rabbi Yehuda Omer shonehu be'elchot derech eretz. Just like we proved a few minutes ago, Rabbi Yehuda says that you can learn the laws of Jewish ethics, like Pirkei Avot, of how to be a mensch. Maaseh Rabbi Yehuda shel Keri. Actually, Rabbi Yehuda himself unfortunately had a situation where he had a mission. והיה מהלך על גבי נהר, אמרו לו תלמידיו, רבנו שנה לנו פרק אחד בהלכות דרך ארץ. Rabbi Yehuda was walking by the river to see where it was appropriate to go to the mikveh in the river, and while his students were accompanying him, they said, teach us some laws of Jewish ethics, of how to be a good person and act like a honorable human being. Yarad v'taval shana lahem. First he went to the mikveh, then he taught him the laws of derech eretz. Amru lo kach lamatu rabbeinu shonehu be'elchot eretz. But Rabbi, didn't you teach us that even before you go to the mikveh, you can't teach us the more simplistic and basic laws of Torah, which have to do with Pirkei Avot, the laws of common decency? Amar lahem af al pi shemakil ani al acharim machmir al atzmi. You're right. My position for others is that they can learn, but I'm more stringent on myself. Rabbi Tanya, Rabbi Yehuda ben Betera Omer, en divrei Torah mekabelin tum'ah. Rabbi Yehuda ben Tema, which is the custom of Klal Yisrael, obviously halachically, if a person can take a 2-3 minute shower, we're going to see later, put tisha kabin, or go to the mikveh if it's available, that's perfect. That's a good thing. But halachically, we follow the opinion of Rabbi Yehuda ben Betera that says the Torah is so holy that does not accept impurity. And therefore a Baal Keri is 100% legitimately able to study Torah. There was once a Torah student that was stuttering when he was learning Torah. And he was sitting right above Rabbi Yehuda ben Betera, Lema'ala Rabbi Yehuda ben Betera, because this person was a Baal Keri. Amar le beni patach picha v'yayuru devarecha. Why are you stuttering? Speak out the Torah words clearly and precisely and loudly. She'en divrei Torah mekablin tumah, shene'emar halo kol devarai ka'esh ne'um Hashem, ma she'enu mekabel tumah, af divrei Torah enu mekablin tumah. He said the Torah is like fire. Just like fire cannot become impure, the words of the Torah are the same, and therefore Baal Keri, a person that had the nocturnal admission, can study Torah. Amar mar matziat mishnah enu matziat Gemara. There was opinion that said you can explain the Mishnah, not the Gemara. This is a proof to the opinion of Rabbi Lai Misayele Rabbi Loi, Amar Rabbi Loi, Amar Agavara Mishum Rabbeinu, Halacha Matziat Mishnah V'eno Matziat Gemara. That Rav Rabbeinu, which is Rav, which was a colleague of Shmuel, says that we can go into the depths and elaborate the Mishnah, but not the depths of Gemara. Ketanai, this is actually Machloket Tanaim. Matziat Mishnah V'eno Matziat Gemara Divrei Rabbi Meir, Rabbi Yehuda ben Gamliel Omer, Mishum Rabbi Chanina, Mishum Rabbi Chanina ben Gamliel, Zeh v'zeh Asur, V'amri Zeh v'zeh Mutar. So you see that this is whether a Baal Keri is allowed to go and study in depth. Mishnah and Gemara is a machloket. Rabbi Meir says Mishnah is allowed, Gemara you can't go in depth. Rabbi Yehuda says both of them are forbidden, and some say both of them are permitted. Manda amar zeh v'zeh asur ked Rabbi Yochanan ben Sandar. The person that says the opinion both Gemara and Mishnah you can't learn in depth with all the commentaries, that's following the opinion of Yochanan ben Sandal that says that a person that's a Baal Keri should not enter Midrash. Midrash means to understand the deeper meanings. Umanda amar zeh v'zeh mutar, and the one that says whether Mishnah, Gemara, you could learn it as deep as you want, that is obviously following the opinion of Rabbi Yehuda ben Beteira. Amar Rav Nachman Yitzchak Na'agu Alma Kehani Tlat Sabai. And actually this is our custom to follow Rabbi Yehuda ben Beteira. We also follow Rabbi Eli in the case of Reshit HaGez. Outside of Israel, you know that we have to give the first wool to the Kohen. We follow Rabbi Eli's custom outside of Israel regarding that. Like we follow Rabbi Yeshaya regarding Kilayim, which is planting grapes and other types of seeds together. And the halacha, like we just said very clearly, Rabbi Yehuda ben Beteira b'inyan divrei Torah leBaal Keri. The custom is to follow Rabbi Yehuda ben Beteira that a Baal Keri can study Torah and he doesn't need to go to the mikveh. What does it mean, Rabbi Eli b'inyan Reshit HaGez? The Tanya Rabbi Eli Omer Reshit HaGez eno naheg ela ba'aretz. Halachically, this is also true that is precisely true that this whole concept of giving the first shearings of the wool only applies in Israel, not outside of Israel, and such is the halachic custom. Also Rabbi Yeshua regarding mixing seeds. We're not allowed to put our vineyard and put other seeds in our vineyard. It's a big sin. It's asur b'hana'ah. It's called keliyah hakerem. Rabbi Yeshua Omer L'olam enu chayav. You don't actually transgress the law of mixing grape seeds, a vine, with others types of seeds until you plant barley, wheat, and the pit of a grape, which a vineyard grows from, obviously. B'mapolet yad. And you have to do it with your hands, which means you have to do it simultaneously. Simultaneously, in one hole, if you throw a seed of barley, wheat, and a grape seed there, that's only when you go transgress the Torah law, and you get malkut. And same thing, and we said that Rabbi Yehuda clearly says Torah is so fiery and so awesome that it's above impurity. So therefore anybody can study Torah even if he's a Baal Keri, and that's the halacha we said. Kiata Zeiri, when Zeiri came from Israel to Babylonia, Amar Batlu Litvilah, he said this whole idea of first Takanat Ezra, first going to mikveh before you could study Torah or say the blessings that are rabbinic in prayer, they got rid of it. Amri la bitlu l'nintiluta. Some say they also abolished the necessity for doing netilat yadayim before we pray. Manda amar batlo letevilata k'Rabbi Yehuda b'metera. Obviously, the person that says it's not necessary to go to the mikveh before a bal keri to study Torah is holding like who? Rabbi Yehuda ben Betera. Manda amar batlu lenetilata ki ad Rav Chisda delayda manda ma'adar amai beidan saluta. The person that says it's not necessary to wash your hands before prayer, that's following Rav Chisda's opinion that he used to curse and make fun of somebody that would miss tefillah b'sibur, praying with the minyan, in order to go wash his hands. Because you have to realize in the ancient times there was no water available. So he said it's not necessary. The whole decree doesn't apply anymore. So moving right along, the Gemara says, Tanu Rabbanan Baal Keri Shenatnu Alav Tisha Kabin Ma'im Tahor. You don't literally have to go to the mikveh, but even if they pour upon you 9 kabim. Now I'm not sure exactly what a kav is, but let's say 9 gallons of water they throw upon you. That makes you pure enough to eligible to study Torah and say all the blessings. Nachum Ishkamzu Lachsha. Nachum Gamzu said this lenient opinion silently. He didn't say it out loud. He said it privately. But Rabbi Akiva Lachsha. Rabbi Akiva also said it quietly, which means you don't need to go to the hassle to go to a mikveh. But even if you just take a shower, a bath, where you sit in a bath and they throw 9 gallons of water upon you, that's enough. But Ben Azai yatza v'shanta letalmidim b'shuk. Ben Azai actually publicized this leniency to all the students in the marketplace. Pligi ba trei amorai b'ma'arava. 2 rabbis in Israel argue about this. Rabbi Yossi bar Avin, Rabbi Yossi bar Zavidna v'Tanya, Chad Tana Shan'a v'Chad Tana Lachsha. Some say Ben Azai actually formally taught his students in public. Some say no, Ben Azai also followed the rhythm and the status of his mentors, and he only said it privately to people. The person that says he said it publicly because he said by the time the students, this is by the way like in the yeshiva in Eretz Yisrael, there's no mikvah for the yeshiva bachrim because the Rosh Yeshiva Rav Ruderman was worried people would stay in the mikvah all day and then they wouldn't get to their studies. Same idea here. The Ben Azai said, listen, you guys don't have to waste your whole day and miss your whole learning for a day to go find the mikvah. Just go take a quick shower, that's enough. Also, Ben Azai was worried people would not want to be with their wives and bring children into the world, because then the next day they would have a hassle. They would miss their class because then they would have to go on a wild goose chase to find the mikveh. But Man de Tanya Lachsha, what was the whole reason that they instituted this idea of going to the mikveh before studying Torah? And he only said this privately to people, this leniency. So the Torah scholars shouldn't be with their wives like roosters are. They shouldn't constantly be cohabiting and get weak and not be able to study Torah. Amar Rabbi Yanai Shamati Shemekalim Ba. Rabbi Yanai says, I heard that Baal Keri doesn't need to go to the mikveh. He could just go to the bathhouse or throw the 9 gallons of water over his head. And parenthetically, Rav Wozner, the post can bring down that if the shower is pouring a lot of water, strong current, 2-3 minutes, you usually do get the Tisha Kabim of water on you. And if you even want to be stringent, that would be suffice, like going to the mikveh. And even if the water doesn't pour harsh, very strong current, then even if you stay 5-6 minutes. Some people say no. You only can go to a mikveh that holds 80 gallons, 40 sa'ah. He says that if you're stringent and don't rely upon the leniency of 9 kabin, but rather you go to a full-fledged mikveh, that you get a long life. He says, why do people have to go to the mikveh in the morning if they had Baal Keri? Gemara says, Mativan ha itmash Baal Keri asu b'devei Torah. What do you mean? That's the whole Mishnah, that the whole thing we've been talking about the last daf, that if you don't have mikveh, you can't study Torah. Hachi kamar mativan ba'arbam sa efshar b'tisha kavin mativan b'tfilah efshar b'netina. He said, no, why are you so strict to go to a mikveh? You could just throw the buckets of water, the tisha kabin on you. Also, why do you need a mikveh? Just do the netina. So he seems to have the opinion that you don't have to be stringent and go to a mikveh, just take a shower. Amar Rabbi Chananya geder gadruba detanya ma'aseh shav'a isha ledvarav. The answer is why they made it so difficult that you have to study. In order to study Torah, you need to go to the mikveh first, because there was once a person, he wanted to go be with a woman, illicit sexual conduct. So the woman told him, Reika, you empty person, you fool. Yesh lecha 40 sa'ah she'ata tovel bahem? Miyad piresh. She said, tomorrow you're going to miss yeshiva. In this, you're not going to be able to learn Torah and do most of the prayers tomorrow. So she actually discouraged him, and therefore, in order to create more purity and people should be away from sexual sin, that's another reason why they made this whole mikveh thing. Because it stopped that guy from sinning. Amar lehu Ravana l'Rabbanan Rabotai mipnei ma atem mezalzelin b'tfilah zu. He said, why do you guys make fun, poke fun at this going to the mikveh for Baal Keri? And you are lenient, like the opinion of Rabbi Yehuda ben Betera. Imishum sin'a efshar b'merchat sa'ot. If it's because mikvahs are cold, then go to the bathhouse. Amar le Rav Chisda v'chi yesh tevilah b'chamin. You're not allowed to take a hot mikveh. Amar le Rav Ada bar Abba kai kavatech. He says, yes, Rav Ada bar Abba holds that you actually have to dip in a kosher mikveh. But this previous rabbi's opinion was, no, you don't need an actual mikveh. Even a hot bath you take, that's enough to take away the tumah and make you eligible to study Torah. Rab Zera was a Baal Keri, and he was sitting in a big bath, in a bathhouse. Amar le Lishmaye, Zilvati li tisha kabin. Bring a bucket and throw tisha kabin upon me. Veshadi alai. Amar le Reb Chia bar Abba, lama le lamar kulahai. Why do you have to do that? Hayate begavoya. You're already sitting in 9 kabin in a bath that has 9 kabin, 9 gallons of water. Amar le, Reb Zera said to Reb Chia, 40 sa'ah. Ma 40 sa'ah b'tfilah v'lo b'netina av tisha kabin b'netina v'lo b'tfilah. He says this whole shower thing has to be like a shower. It has to be poured upon you, just like a mikveh.
they can't pour them. A mikveh that they pour 80 gallons on you is not acceptable. You have to go sit and dip in the mikveh. It's a whole different methodology how it works to become pure through 9 kabin. It's like a shower. You can't sit in it, you can't bathe in it, but it has to be thrown upon you. Benetina belo betevila. Rav Nachman tiken chafsa bat tisha kavin. Actually, Rav Nachman had made a bucket that he would dip in that was 9 gallons. Shaya mukhan latil mimenu ala talmidim bal kerim kodem limud. So he had made actually a bucket that would hold 9 gallons, and whenever the students didn't want to learn Torah because they were not eligible because they were bal keri, he would throw it upon them. Kiata Ravdimi. Amar Rabbi Akiva Rabbi Yehuda Gurustai Amru Lo Shanu Ela Lechole Lo Onso Aval Lechole Hamargir 40 Sa'ah. That you can be lenient and use such a 9 kabin, that is only a Baal Keri that was sick and he had a bad dream. He had like a wet dream. It was accidental emission. Aval Lechole Hamargir, but somebody that saw Keri because he had relations with his wife, you cannot take it so easy, and you actually do need a real mikveh of 40 gallons. Amar Rav Yosef itaber chatzva de Rav Nachman. So Rav Nachman went and broke his special 9-gallon bucket, because according to the previous opinion, you can only use that for a sick person. And most of the yeshiva students, the people in the kollel, they would, Baruch Hashem, not have that mission because of an accident. They would have it in a kosher way because they would have relations with their wife, and therefore there's no point of having that special, according to the opinion stated, there was no point of having that special bucket because they would have to go to a full-fledged mikveh. Kiata Ravin Amar be'usha ve'uvda. He said that in Usha there was such a case,